Welcome to my class, student. It's class 8 English grammar. We are doing chapter 6 session 2 and this is adjectives. Today we are going to learn participles and order. Participle adjectives. These are called participial adjectives. What is participial adjectives? Participial adjective is an adjective that has the same form as the participle. That is a verb ending in ing or ed. It usually exhibits the ordinary properties of an adjective. What are the ordinary properties? It qualifies and modifies noun or pronoun. Right? So, they have the same exhibition, same verb. Also called a verbal adjective or deverbal adjectives. So, they are derivative adjectives also, and they are verbal adjectives or deverbal adjectives. So, whenever you will get so many names, so don't get confused. This is all participial adjectives. Now, comparative and superlative forms of participle adjectives are formed with more and most and with less and least, not with the endings er and est. So, what is the participial form? See, here adjectives, the word are having ing, right? And the word are ending with ed, and these are all the qualities of participle. Present participle, past participle, you must have heard and you must have learnt it. So, these two forms work as an adjective. So, here it is saying the comparative and superlative forms of these participle adjectives, they have more word is used, most word is used for comparative, more, for superlative, most. And they are, if it is ending with ed, then again more and most. If it is ending with ing, then again more and most. Or less or less. It's not that er or est. For example, we know, see, we know there is an example. See, this is good. This is a positive. Now its comparative is better. And its superlative is best. So, you are seeing that er and st or say est. That is in adjectives. But here in participial, we are using more and most, yeah, less and least. For example, beautiful. So, here it is more beautiful. This is comparative. And most beautiful. This is superlative. Right? Intelligent. Less intelligent, least intelligent. So here word is frightened. So here you are seeing more frightened. I am more frightened of dogs than spiders. That book is less boring than this one. I think Dr. Smith's speech was most interesting. So here we are not ending with er or est. Here we are showing the comparative and superlative degree with more and most. Now, participles can often be used as adjectives before nouns or after be and other copular verbs. For example, a fallen leaf. See, fallen leaf just before the noun. A lost dog. An interesting book. And the screaming children. See here, screaming children. Not all participles can be used as adjectives before nouns. See, always remember. For example, we say a lost dog but not a found dog. A dog is found, we say. We don't say a found dog, but a lost dog we say. So all participles cannot be used before nouns. We often use participles after nouns in order to define or identify the nouns. The people question, see here, adjectives is after the noun to identify or to qualify. The people questioned gave their own version of the story. So here adjective is after noun, right? This is participle adjective. We often use those with a participle to mean the ones who are or who were. See, those. For example, those questioned. Those questioned those who are, gave very different opinions. So, questions who were, the ones who were questioned gave different opinions. So, those are the people who were questioned and they answered differently. So, those is here adjective. Here, those is qualifying that section of people who were questioned. All were not questioned. All are not being qualified. Only those people are qualified who were questioned and they have given different opinions. Now, the exact meaning of a few participles depends upon their position in the sentence. Obviously, if their position is correct, then only their real meaning can be understood. A concerned person, see, a concerned person means a worried person. The person concerned means the person who is or are affected or involved. See, position of adjective. So, meaning is also changed. A concerned person, a worried person. The person concerned, the people who are affected or the person or people who are affected or involved. Now, participle adjective. Present participle ing is used to describe something or someone. The ing adjectives boring, interesting, etc. have a progressive or active meaning. The ed adjectives advanced, alleged, etc. have a completed or passive meaning. See, always see progressive or active meaning when there is a present participle ing form is there, right? And when there is a ed form, that means it is completed or passive. It is a grammatical rule that I have completed my work, right? And the work is done by him. So here passive meaning is there and completed meaning is also there. So we usually use the present participle ending in ing to talk about the person, thing or situation which has caused the feeling. That present participle. It was such a long, boring flight. That's why I was bored. It was such a long, boring flight. Here ing is here. It replaces verb clauses also. Participle, present participle. The show that annoys me. That means what will we write? The annoying show. ing, this is an adjective. Which show? The annoying show. The show that annoys me. A story that moves her. A moving story. So moving is an adjective. But that story which has moved me. So, all these adjectives are talking about the person, thing or situation which has caused the feeling. They have caused the feeling. This long flight has caused the feeling of boredom. See? And the show has caused the feeling of annoyance. and the story of the movie has moved me, has touched me, right? Now, we usually use the past participle that is ending in ed to talk about how someone feels. We cannot use this with things because things do not feel. Inanimate objects we don't use ed participle because they don't feel. Now, I was really bored during the flight, not I was really boring during the flight. See? Talk about how someone feels. Though I was really bored. You won't write I was really boring. Says interested in history. You cannot write says really interesting in history. So, here are some exercises. You will have to find out which word will be here. Is a present participle or an adjective, participial adjective. My nephew was amused or amusing by the clown. What will you write? My nephew was amused by the clown. Right? The clown. It's so frustrating to remember this vocabulary. What will you write? It's so frustrating. Now, this lesson is so bored or boring. This lesson is so boring. I am feeling depressed or depressing. I am feeling depressed. I thought her idea was absolutely fascinating. Her idea was was absolutely fascinating. So, here are the answer also. Amused, frustrating, boring, depressed and fascinating. So, how I feel, you will write ed form. And about the thing, we will write ing form. Now, state whether the ing forms are adjectives or present participle. Present participle, you see, in a progressive way we get it, right? Interesting though it was, we didn't enjoy the concert much. So, the word interesting is here. So, you will have to find out whether this is an adjective or present participle. See, interesting though it was, we didn't enjoy the concert much. An adjective or a present participle. Whenever it is a present participle, it will be with was or is in a progressive way. Do you find it in a progressive way? No, na. You think answer is given there. But I am just giving the clue. It was raining when I got home. So, here you are seeing continuous form, progressive form. So, this is what? An adjective or present participle. Present participle, you are getting a continuous or progressive sense. I love the noise of falling rain. So, this interesting. I am being tempted to give the answer, but I will not do. You will find the answer. Tick the answer and then answer sheet is there. Correct. Check it with the answer sheet. It's a pressing problem. An adjective or a present participle. She was writing a letter. And always remember what I have said, adjectives always come before noun, right? Or pronoun. Noun or pronoun. The lecture was very interesting. An adjective or present participle. She is an interesting writer. An adjective or present participle. Always remember, adjective qualifies noun or pronoun. The word adjective is always positioned before noun or pronoun. If after noun or pronoun, that is ed is there, ing word is there. And present participle is a continuous tense. It's a tense, right? Present participle, we use the verb form. Present participle, ing is there with that continuous form. The woodcutter was felling trees. An adjective or a present participle. The news was exciting. An adjective or present participle. I was working on that report when she called. Working is what? An adjective or a present participle. Now answers are all given. You will have to understand. Interesting, an adjective modifying the noun concert. Raining, a present participle, forms continuous verb with be. Falling, an adjective modifying rain. Brushing, adjective modifying problem. Writing, present participle with the continuous form be. Writing, present participle, continuous form be. Interesting, adjective modifying lecture. Interesting, adjective modifying writer. Failing, present participle and with the past continuous verb. Exciting, adjective modifying news. Working, present participle and past continuous form with be. And there is now there is certain order. This exercise is over. Now here comes another thing. There is a certain order in which we will have to write the adjectives when we use many adjectives. So here, when there is a strings of adjectives, when there is strings of adjectives, that are many adjectives we are using, so there is particular order we need to follow. What that order in adjectives? Generally, the adjective order in English is, first you will have to write quantity or number, then quality or opinion, generally a specific, then size, then age, then shape, then color, then proper adjective of a nationality, place of origin, material, and then purpose or qualifier. So obviously 2 adjectives are very normal, very common, but when more than 3 or 4 you are writing, so you will have to follow this order, and this is actually unusual also. So more than one adjective in front of noun. He was a nice, intelligent young man. She had a small, round, black wooden box. You are saying this is feeling, and that is intelligent is quality, and young is age. So in this way, it's not, whatever the sentences, you will have to follow that order. Adjectives give a general as well as specific opinion. So we put general opinion in front of a specific opinion. Nice, tasty soup. Nice is general and taste is specific, and we are qualifying soup. Now we put an opinion in front of an adjective, that is descriptive. You know types of adjectives. A nice red dress, a silly old man. We often have 2 adjectives in front of a noun. A handsome young man, a big black cat, a car. Sometimes we have 3 adjectives, and that is quite unusual. A nice, handsome young man. That is called strings of adjectives. So I love that really big old green antique car. So quality is there, then age is there, then see quality, age, then this is size, right, and this is age, and this is color, and this is antique. So in this way we are seeing, and then there is a object, that is noun. So we are seeing everything here. In this way we will have to put a wonderful old Italian clock. Opinion, age, origin. Origin, age and opinion. So what have we learned today? We have learned participial adjectives. We have learned order of adjectives, and we have done exercise also. So go through the slide again and again, revise it, understand it, learn the order and use it in your sentences. In next class we will come with another chapter, another session of adjectives. Till then, thank you.